Mrbeast, also known as Jimmy Donaldson, is filming his new Prime Video series, Beast Games, in Las Vegas. Beast Game is an upcoming reality competition show where 1,000 contestants will compete for $5 million prize. But of course, everybody involved in this production is under NDAs, non-disclosure agreement, so I'm not gonna tell who they are or identify them. Mrbeast says, think Squid Games, but on steroids, times a billion about the Beast Games. Contestants on the show have been spotted wearing garbage bags, presumably to cover the uniform worn on the show. Here's a look at some of the contestants wearing garbage bags. It's hard to imagine people would suffer this indignity just for millions of dollars. Mrbeast representatives who stated Mrbeast was working on an upcoming video with 3 medical issues out of 2,000 participants. 2 were medical events unrelated to the games or production, and 1 involved dehydration. There was plenty of food and electrolyte drinks on site, and a full medical staff. They were all released shortly after and are doing well. But the thing is that there were a lot of contradictory reports about the conditions during the production of the Beast Games. The hospital employee reported, I'm aware of 3 or 4 hospital evacs today. So not sure if or how many people evacs there were. The production is a shit show and unprepared for the scale, making decisions as they go along. The bare bones medic staff on site is not adequate and were overwhelmed last night. One contestant reported contestants were instructed to provide producers with 5 days worth of medication, and as of today, contestants have not received a single dose. By most accounts, the production companies involved, Amazon and Mrbeast company, were not prepared for the logistics challenges of the competition involving 2,000 people. In fact, many contestants assumed the conditions of the production, including hours of waiting at various stages, were psychological endurance tests. But that does not appear to be the case. One contestant also noted that production staff hired locally were treated poorly, with some working shift in excess of 24 hours in a row. Medications such as inhalers, contact lenses, and feminine hygiene products were surrendered, which caused concern among the production's medical staff, with some encouraging contestants to hide their meds in their clothes to avoid detection. Isn't Mrbeast known as an advocate for saving the planet? Due to the large number of contestants, waits could be an hour for elevators at hotels, including for registered guests not involved in the show. Contestants were asked to give the production team several pair of undergarments, which were not returned upon disqualification. There were not enough buses to transport the contestant to Allegiant. Contestants were not allowed to leave their hotels. Several were caught in the pool at Rio and were eliminated from the competition. And contestants were also eliminated if they were caught with their production wristbands flipped to show the Mrbeast logo. Food consisted of what described as hideous porridge. Now, let's talk about all of this. Mrbeast Beast Games is looking like the Antichrist games, because the conditions that Mrbeast is putting these 2,000 people with is just inhumane. No medications, no food, no water. For millions of dollars, are you gonna get humiliated into this ritual? This sounds more like a ritual than a game show. Every allegation against Mrbeast working for the devil is just being proved right. You're giving away $5 million and you're not giving food and water to the contestants. Only 2,000 contestants? How much money is that gonna take you? Not millions of dollars, not hundreds of thousands of dollars, only a few tens of thousands of dollars. That's just it. And you are denying them the essential human needs? Also, questions about the fairness of the competitions have also been raised. The 2,000 contestants were divided into groups of 400. Some of the contestants reported stacked the deck in their favor by creating teams of mostly young, strong men. The first group eliminated was largely older people and women. There's also a leaked photo of the game show with thousands of people. You can see right here. This looks more like a ritual than anything else. We also have the leaked photo of the contestants' shirts, the ones being concealed by the garbage bags, and you can see them on the screen.
Okay, now I personally don't subscribe to any religion. I think there's wisdom in many religious texts. I don't take them literally, but to each their own. The only reason I'm talking about this theory that, Mr. Beast is the Antichrist or whatever, is because it's so popular that multiple people, Mr. Beast works in the Bible Belt, and multiple people at Mr. Beast talked to me about this theory. So the book of Revelation is the final part in the Christian Bible. It is a prophecy describing how the world will end. It describes two beasts. First, the beast from the sea, who is the Antichrist, and the second beast from the earth, which is the false prophet. The theory is actually that Mr. Beast is the second beast, by the way. This second beast performed great miracles. It made fire come down out of heaven to earth in the sight of everyone. And it deceived all of the people living on earth by means of the miracles which it was allowed to perform in the presence of the first beast. So this second beast is a false prophet performing great miracles as a means of distraction to get people to worship him. When Mr. Beast first started seeing success on YouTube, he bought a church.
Where the heck are we? And what do you film here?
Yeah, so to be specific, you're in a church. So when I first started, there's just no warehouses or studios in Greenville, North Carolina. Yeah. So there are a lot of churches though. We're in the Bible Belt. Yeah. So I bought a church and then we converted it by just basically taking all the pews out and just converted it into a studio.
Literally removing imagery of Jesus and replacing it with the mark of the beast. Mr. Beast also died and then rose on the third day. Mr. Beast has performed great miracles. And Mr. Beast teaches children to worship money, which the Bible clearly describes as the root of all evil. Now, the main function of this second beast or false prophet is to get the world to worship the first beast. He is not the Antichrist. He is the spokesperson for the Antichrist. The Bible describes that without this mark, people will not be able to buy or sell. But getting this mark is considered an unforgivable sin. So if Mr. Beast is the second beast, who is the first? And what is this mark? Well, some Christians speculate that the mark of the beast will be a medically implanted computer chip, similar to a Neuralink, something that Mr. Beast has expressed great interest in.
The Neuralink actually works, and you can symbiosis with technology and just download things to your brain. You'll be able to make so much money that it doesn't matter how much the procedure will cost. So I think the first few would probably go for an absurd amount of money, right? Because even if you had $0, you could just hypothetically borrow $100,000, get it, because once you have infinite, bandwidth to unlimited knowledge, you could make unlimited money.
Money. I feel like it's just making people less human.
Probably.
For sure.
Probably.
For sure.
Probably.
For sure. It's making people less human.
Probably.